You're listening to CFRN, the Christian Financial Radio Network.
Good afternoon, traders, and welcome back to the CFRN E-mini Futures Cast. This is the daily broadcast of Indeterminate Length, where we discuss all things E-mini, along with some really big ideas on the finer points of trading gold, bonds, crude, sugar, the euro. Joining us today, Mr. Michael Borg. From our trading desk in Chicago, Mr. Burton Schlichter. Now, to get things started, let's go to our host and founder in Studio A, overlooking South Mountain, America's largest city park. Here's Dwayne.
We'll start that over with some audio. Good afternoon. Welcome back. Today is Tuesday, 5th day of September, 2023. Thanks so much for joining us. Whoever you are, wherever you are, just glad to have you right here, right now. We do 2 live broadcasts every trading day. The first live broadcast is from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Eastern. That's our live training room. Now, that broadcast is reserved for members only and those who are taking their 1-week free trial. If you haven't taken your 1-week free trial, you can do so by simply going to mytradingiq.com, and at the very top of the page, there's a link. It says 5-day free trial. It's pretty hard to miss. Just click that and your journey begins. Doesn't matter what day of the week or weekend or hour of the day that you sign up for the trial. Once you sign up for the trial, the first step is to get your desktop set up, get your indicators indicating. Then, the following trading day, that's when your trial will begin. So you'll get 5 consecutive days, even if it stretches over a weekend, with access to everything our lifetime members have access to. Not just the live training room, but 24/7 around the clock, CFRN works. We start Sunday night at 6 p.m. Eastern on a typical week, except when Monday's a holiday. And we remain open for business till Friday afternoon at 5 p.m. Eastern. Our lifetime members have access to unlimited one-on-one mentoring and around-the-clock support via Telegram. Now, the days that you aren't able to join the afternoon broadcast live, just use our YouTube channel. And the days that you are away from your desktop but want to join live, well, we have a solution for both situations. It's called our YouTube channel, youtube.com/CFRN. It's easy to remember. Really, all you have to remember is CFRN. Christian Financial Radio Network, youtube.com/CFRN. Not only do we broadcast live every trading day on our YouTube channel, but we also archive each and every daily broadcast. Currently, there's over 2,300 individual live broadcasts archived for your educational and viewing pleasure. If you're new to the world of CFRN, it's a good way to get to know who we really are. Thanks to YouTube, you can scroll back 6 weeks, 6 months, a year, 2 years, even more. Pick a day at random. Doesn't matter. Pick a few days at random. Listen in a little bit. You'll quickly see the thread of connectivity, the thread of continuity that's woven through each and every daily broadcast. Now, the best way to join the afternoon broadcast is to go to youtube.com. Well, the best way is to go to mytradingiq.com. Scroll down to where it says afternoon broadcast. Click the link, complete the 30-second registration form, and you're done. Going forward, what will happen is every trading day you'll get an email about an hour before the broadcast starts. So at 12 noon Eastern, all you have to do is click the link in the email, and it will automatically log you into our platform. That's the better way because it gives you access to the question box, so you can ask questions and participate in the discussion. Now, the days, of course, that you're busy, out of the office, away from the desktop, use the YouTube channel. And the days you're just busy and can't join live, but you want to watch it later, again, youtube.com/CFRN. Over 2,300 daily live episodes archived just for. So let's open with a word of prayer. We're still on the topic, how to stop fear, worry, and insecurity. Our scripture today is very short. Numbers 13, verse 30. Caleb interrupted, called for silence before Moses, and said, "Let's go up and take the land now. We can do it." A wealthy man from England died and left his nephew the bulk of his estate. In today's money, it was equivalent to around $5 million. The only problem was that the young man had traveled to America years before and disappeared. Scotland Yard was called in to investigate. Eventually, they found the young man lying frozen in the doorway of a cheap hotel because he didn't have the 25 cents that it cost for a hotel room. Yet he was literally a millionaire. Many Christians live their lives like this. They live like beggars and paupers when they are an heir of the God who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. They don't, however, need to live like this because they have God on their side. Joshua and Caleb believed and trusted the Lord. They agreed that it would be a huge undertaking to enter the promised land and conquer those giants. But they also knew that with God on their side, they would be victorious. Because of their faith, Joshua and Caleb were able to enter the promised land. Even though Joshua was a man of faith, I'm sure he was still afraid. I am sure that many years later, when it was time to cross the Jordan River and start taking the land, he had many doubts and questions. He overcame that fear by trusting that if the Lord was the one who put the obstacle in his path, then the Lord was going to help him overcome that obstacle. Life is never going to be exempt of things that we fear. The most successful people in the world are the ones who have many insecurities and fears, yet they still move forward in spite of those fears. It is the confidence of knowing that we serve a living God who is powerful and mighty and wants to help us. Remember, God is not against us. He's for us. Join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we come before you today with hearts full of faith, just as Caleb did when he stood before the giants in the land of Canaan. Lord, we thank you for the promises you've given us, promises of victory, abundance, and a future filled with hope. Just like Caleb declared, let us go up at once and take possession, for we are well able to overcome it. We declare that we are well able, through your strength and guidance, to overcome any obstacle that stands in our way. Father, help us to see beyond the giants that may intimidate us, giants of fear, doubt, insecurity. Let us fix our gaze on your promises, knowing that you are with us, and that with you nothing is impossible. In the face of adversity, grant us the courage to rise up, to take action, and to trust in your unfailing love. Just as Caleb followed you wholeheartedly, may our faith be unwavering, and may we be known as people who trust in your word. Lord, we surrender our fear and doubts to you today, and we claim the victory that is already ours through Christ. As we move forward, may our faith shine brightly, inspiring others to trust you and step into the promises you have for their lives. Pray all of this in Jesus' name. And everybody said, amen. Amen. Happy Tuesday. Hope it's a happy Tuesday for you, wherever you are, wherever you are. Let me give you the numbers from around the world. Start here in the U.S. with the cash markets, or the indices as they're called. Currently the Dow is down 59 points. NASDAQ down 2. S&P 500 down 7. The Russell 2000, our man in the street, is down 32 points. That's 1.75%. In the commodity basket, crude oil up $2.19, trading 87.75 last. That's a gain of 2.5%. Gold down $14.50, trading 19.5260 last. Silver down 60 cents, trading 23.96 last. That's a drop of almost 2.5% and well over $2,500 per contract traded. In the Asian markets at the close, Nikkei posted a gain of 97 points. Shanghai dropped 22. The Hang Seng fell 387. That's a little over 2%. And in the European markets at the close, FTSE down 14. The DAX down 53. CAC down 24. So that gives us a mixed day in Asia. It was a red day for the UK. Not a big red day, but red nonetheless. And so far, it's a mixed Radio Tuesday here in the US of A. We've got 3 of the major indices, the Dow, the S&P, and the Russell in the red, but the NQ is positive by only 5 points. Make that 3 points. So, looks like the NQ is getting ready to follow the rest of the pack, and the rest of the pack seems to be following the Russell. That's 2,000 small cap companies. The S&P is 500 large cap companies. The Dow is 30 blue chip stocks. The Russell does not always lead the pack. There is no one index that always leads the pack. However, when we see the Russell moving in the opposite direction of the rest of the pack, it always catches our eye. And it often leads to the rest of the pack following it. But it's not something you can build a standalone trading strategy on. Just something you want to keep your eye on. All right. All we've issued was 4 alerts last night. 3 at the target. 1 got stopped out. Puts us at 25%. We're in week 266. Now, this was valid as of 6:30 a.m. this morning. I think it's still valid. Over the last 266 weeks, we've issued over 15,000 individual handcrafted alerts. Hang on. Michael's trying to communicate with me. All right. So he is going to join us. That's what he was trying to get across. Along with the Logic 247 alerts, which are based on current price action, we also have our original alert service, concierge trade alerts, which are based on historic price action. Now, the logic alerts, even though they're based on current price action, there's always time built into the alert. You to receive the alert, go to your 30-minute chart, see the window of opportunity that the alert represents, and then be prepared to take action when price reaches that area. That is the purpose of the alerts, so that you learn to spot the windows of opportunity yourself. I know too many of you have been here too long to still be depending on the alerts to actually find trade opportunities. You need to focus on, just like I tell you about what Michael does in the room in the morning, okay? Instead of focusing your energy on trying to track him tick for tick, which you're never going to do, you should focus your attention on what he's doing, but more importantly, why he's doing it. Because he's doing the same thing over and over based on the same set of underlying principles and rules. The sooner you understand that, the sooner you won't need somebody to tell you when to get in or when to get out. Now, when you're brand new and you're trading in your demo account, trying to put together your 10 consecutive days in a row so that you can go live, of course, you got to start somewhere. But again, focus your attention more not on what he's doing, but why he's doing it. The quickest way to learn is to ask lots of questions. The answer is always going to be the same. The answers don't change. Our strategy is built on the underlying principles upon which markets operate. So there's no question you have that has not been asked before. But you need to ask the question if you don't know the answer, so that you can get the answer. And then the next time you hear somebody ask that question, you'll hear the same answer over and over, again and again. Same with the logic alerts. When the alert comes in, go look at the 30-minute chart of the markets that you trade. See the window of opportunity with your own eyes. The window begins with the entry, then the initial target, then the second target, third target, fourth target, the final trade to target. If it's a long, the final trade to target will always be the weekly zone above. If it's a short, final trade to target will always be the weekly zone below. Now, I've already looked left to spot potential obstacles. That's why you have multiple targets. Any one of those could cause a bounce or a reversal. Okay? That's why it's important that you always trade with a hard physical stop. With the CTAs, you get to look left yourself. What you're looking for is previous swing highs or swing lows that can become current resistance or support that will potentially prevent you from getting to whatever target you're after, like the CTA targets. The CTAs are published as a static report every evening shortly after the Globex Open. The logic alerts come out around the clock as opportunity presents. CTAs are published once per session. The Globex market opened last night at 6 p.m. Eastern. The CTA report came out at 6:20. So all of our members, all of our trial members, had these targets last night at 6:20 p.m. Eastern. If you're not a member or a trial member, this broadcast is open to the public, unlike the live training room, which is reserved for members and trial members. You can grab a screenshot, or if you're watching this video after the fact, because we're live in real time right now, but if you're watching after the fact, you can hit pause and jot down the numbers for the markets that you actually trade, then hit play. When the report comes out, first thing you do is go to the 30-minute chart of whatever markets you actually trade. We'll use the ES as an example. Price is always going to be between these two numbers. Make a note on your 30-minute chart where price is at this time. Then draw a line in the sand at 45.31 in this case, the long target. Draw a line in the sand at 45.09, in this case the short target. They will serve as great visual cues to help you stay on the right side of the street. If price gets above the 30-minute BBC, it's attempting to reach the long target. If price gets below the 30-minute BBC, it's attempting to reach the short target. It's that simple. As I said, you've got to look left to spot potential obstacles, previous swing highs, previous swing lows, and you'll learn over time how price behaves at a weekly trading zone. Published the weekly trading zones since December 14th of 2009. They come out Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern, except when Monday's a holiday. Then they come out Tuesday morning at 6:15 a.m. Eastern. Once they're published, they're carved in stone for the entire week. They don't change in any way whatsoever. You simply have to resist the urge to make it more complicated than what I just explained. As long as you know which way the wind is blowing, it's pretty simple to reach your goal for the day. I'm going to grab that screenshot. Go ahead. Now, before we go to the charts, if you're tuned in via the YouTube channel, you already know that the title of today's episode is Trading in the Zone. Been with us any length of time, you have heard Trading in the Zone referenced many times. The author, Mark Douglas, was a friend of mine, and I still miss him. His book, Trading in the Zone, is a timeless masterpiece in the realm of trading psychology. Everyone thinks the solution to trading is to get the hottest, slickest, newest indicator, oscillator, algorithm, or whatever other nonsense just came down the pike. It's not. All the indicators and oscillators in the world will not help you a bit until you tame what's going on between your ears. With a focus on the mental aspects of trading, Mark explores the essential but often overlooked element that separates consistently profitable traders from the rest. The book has no strategies, no technical analysis, no charts, no graphs. It delves into the intricate workings of the trader's mind, dissecting the psychological hurdles that traders face and offering practical insights to overcome them. Mark divides the book into well-organized chapters, each addressing a crucial aspect of trading psychology. He starts by establishing the concept of the zone. Now, that's not the same as our weekly trading zones, but grab the book and you'll see what he's talking about. The zone is where traders achieve peak performance by maintaining emotional balance and discipline. Throughout the book, he discusses the following key elements. Number 1, probabilities. Trading is a business based on probabilities. The minute you try to make it anything more than that, you might as well hang up your mouse and go polish up the resume. Mark emphasizes that trading is inherently uncertain and that traders must accept the probabilistic nature of the markets. Understanding this concept alone can significantly impact one's mindset. Number 2, belief systems. He explores how personal beliefs, often rooted in fear and greed, can undermine rational decision-making. Recognizing and challenging these beliefs is vital for success. Number 3, consistency and discipline. The author stresses the importance of consistency in trading strategies and discipline in adhering to one's plan. The greatest trading plan in the world will do you absolutely no good unless you have the self-discipline to actually stick to it. Everyone needs a definable edge in the market. Our strategy, our indicators provide you with that definable edge, but then the ball is in your court. Can you stick to what you're taught? He also outlines methods for maintaining these critical traits, consistency and discipline. Number 4, if you've ever traded, you're familiar with it, emotions and fear. Mark provides a deep dive into the emotional aspects of trading, especially fear, which is a common driver of impulsive and detrimental decisions. And number 5, the psychological framework. The book presents a comprehensive psychological framework that traders can use to analyze their own behavior and develop strategies to stay in the zone. Now, every piece of literary work has its pros and cons. Trading in the zone, the pros are the holistic approach. It's a holistic view of trading that extends beyond charts, beyond indicators, beyond algorithms. It underscores the significance of mastering one's self, crucial but often overlooked aspect of trading. 2, practical techniques. Mark provides practical exercises and mental techniques to help traders gain control over their emotions and develop a disciplined mindset. 3, timeless wisdom. Despite being written in the 1990s, book's insights remain highly relevant and applicable to today's markets. The psychological challenges faced by traders have not changed over time, nor will they. Just as the definable edge we teach you, the strategy we teach you, the indicators we provide, those are based upon the underlying principles upon which markets operate. Those principles have been in place since the inception of the markets. They'll remain in place until the markets cease to exist. That's how markets work. Now, as I said, every literary masterpiece has pros and cons. The only con you can find in this book is repetition. Some readers may find certain concepts repeated throughout the book, but this repetition serves a purpose. It's intentional repetition. How do I know? Because we've had many long conversations. The repetition serves to reinforce the key ideas. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is an essential read for traders of all levels. It transcends technical analysis and trading strategies and delves into the psychology of trading, which is on a scale of 1 to 10, that we're talking about 90% of what trading success is really all about. Mark provides not only an understanding of the challenges traders face, but also practical tools to overcome them. If you seek to achieve consistency and discipline in your trading, and if you aspire to enter the coveted zone where trading becomes second nature, then Trading in the Zone is a must-read book for you. It's a timeless guide that can profoundly impact your trading journey and ultimately your bottom line. And when you become a passport holder, we will provide you with a free legal copy of Trading in the Zone. Unlike Goldman Sachs, that runs off photocopies for their new traders. And then Mark's widow doesn't get any royalties. The way we do it, she still gets what's rightfully hers. So, now you know. Here's a daily chart of the S&P. We talked about this on Friday. Possible head, shoulder, shoulder, neckline. Now, when you have a head and shoulders pattern, and we're not pattern recognition people, when you have something this big staring in the face, it's kind of hard to ignore it. So from the top of the head to the neckline, if price comes down and breaks this neckline, it will basically take us to the 50% fib retracement, 4060. Now, it doesn't have to. Nothing's 100% in the world of trading. But it is a very high probability pattern. We talked Friday about the obstacles to this coming together. I said we could spend a week or more even building this right shoulder. We could even come down to the VVC, bounce back into this area. So what I'm saying is expect some flat sideways trading in the indices until this thing breaks one way or the other. A break to the upside would be taking out this double top right here, this high, and this high. See it? Then we would be interested in trading this area. But again, before we're looking to go long, we're going to, from a big picture standpoint, keep in mind that the institutional traders, the ones that actually move price, they look at daily, weekly, and monthly charts the way you and I look at 30-minute charts, 5-minute charts, tick charts, and range charts. Has to do with account size. They have accounts in the hundreds of millions and billions and trillions of dollars, whereas the typical retail trader has an account in the thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. When they trade, price moves. When we trade, well, we either get our target or we get stopped out. Get our goal for the day. Our strategy and indicators are not designed to outsmart the institutions with all of their resources. That would just be silly. Nor are we trying to beat the market, whatever that means. We simply want to be able to clearly see what the market is doing at any given time, and then just do the same thing long enough to reach our goal for the day. And then have the discipline to put the mouse away. So as you can see, we've come down, we've touched blue and climbing, which on Friday we said a touch of blue and climbing would potentially be support, and it was. It bounced us back up to where we are right now. We may see another move down, maybe tomorrow, gets to the BVC. That should be good for a bounce. We have no one has any way of knowing how long it will take to form this right shoulder. But you will know when price drops below the BVC. That's the green line, bull bear cross. Bullish above it, bearish below it. When price gets below the BVC, now you're looking left at potential support here, here, and then of course at the 24% fib retracement. And this fib retracement is based off the October 13th low to the most recent swing high, July 27th. Now we're heading into a presidential election that typically creates a lot of volatility in the market. With all we have going on, that volatility may have a downward slant to it. Whatever it is, we'll trade what's in front of us day by day. As you can see, the pullback to the BVC, green line, bull bear cross. Pullback holds more often than it doesn't. But we know eventually it will trade through. And when it does, then it will start building legs in the opposite direction. You got a leg, a retracement, a leg, a retracement, leg, a retracement, a leg, a retracement. Once price got below the BVC, you get a leg and a retracement, leg and a retracement, leg and a retracement, leg. Now that put us back above the BVC. When we're above the BVC, we anticipate higher prices. But this bearish cross created this swing high, which then created this double top. So while no one, not man nor machine, knows what's going to happen next in the market, and let me say that again, no one. No indicator, no oscillator, No guru can tell you with any degree of consistency or high probability what's going to happen next in the market. There's too many participants entering the market, exiting the market for their own reasons. See, some people go long on any given day to enter a position. But if you've been short, you buy to exit the position. So you have no way of knowing what all the market participants around the globe are thinking or what's motivating them. So stop trying to read the tea leaves. However, with our methodology and with our indicators, you can know with a high degree of probability what the next high probability move is. Now, knowing what the next high probability move is with a high degree of probability, that's a whole different thing than actually knowing the future. Okay? It's not possible to know what's going to happen next. But you can know with a great degree of certainty what the next high probability move is. Once you understand how to read the chart, once you understand what it's telling you, and once you understand what's important and what's just noise. On the 30-minute chart, vertical line separates today from yesterday. We opened below the BBC, so we expect lower prices. And we came right down to the target at 45.09. We hit the zone at 45.04/05. When the market finds support, when price drops to a zone, we expect support. When it rallies up to a zone, we expect resistance. So from support, resistance, back to support, back to resistance, and then we drop back to the zone again, 45.04/05. And now we're just rolling sideways. Now this is the 30-minute view. This is the daily view. And this daily view tells us that this may be the view that we have for some time. Okay? Your job is to simply trade what's in front of you. On the Dow, here's where we opened last night, below the BBC. Came down to blue and climbing, caught a bounce up to the BBC, which when we approach the BBC from below, we expect resistance. And we dropped to the short target and the weekly zone, which is 34,755/760. When the market finds support, it will go look for resistance, which it found at the zone. Consolidated for quite a few hours, and then dropped below the BBC, dropped to the short target again. Now the swing low here, 68. The zone is 755/60. So we bounce up to the BBC, which we expect to be resistance until proven otherwise. We've got red and falling. See here on this pullback, we had blue and climbing. That's bullish. But here on this move up, we've got red and falling, which is bearish. So this will probably push us. We've already hit the target several times. This will probably push us as we make this bearish cross So when the red line gets below the green line, bullish cross. So when the blue line gets above the green line, send us down to the zone below at 34,755/760. On the Russell, here's where we opened last night, below the BBC, and we tried to make a break to the upside, but there just weren't enough buyers interested, and so here comes a drop. This was the 9:30 open this morning. Okay, lots of traders just getting back to work after an extended holiday weekend. So yes, we hit the short target once, then we hit it twice. Now where's price trying to go? It's trying to get to the zone below. Price is always trying to get to a weekly trading zone. From the moment the markets open Sunday night till they close Friday afternoon, price is above the 30-minute BBC. It's trying to get to the zone above. It's below the 30-minute BBC. It's trying to get to the zone below. Now the step line is the black line. Okay. You can see it's hooking to the right as it crosses red and falling. That's an important indication that price will most likely attempt to pull back to the BBC. We anticipate resistance at that spot until proven otherwise. And if we get the resistance we're looking for, we'll have a short back down to this low and probably down to the zone below.
I'm here, Dwayne, whenever.
Okay. How'd it go?
Whenever you're ready. Well, the break seemed to have shifted. It was about 25 degrees and it shifted to 15 degrees, so that was good. And, there's no guarantee if he does put a pin in it that it's going to be exactly right ever.
Right.
And if I just keep this thing on for another month or so, there's a good chance it'll be as good as it's going to get anyway. So,
Right.
I can get pins if I want to, but there's no guarantee. So I said,
all right, well, you don't have anything to recap, so I'll finish up here and then pass it to you.
Okay.
All right, so we came down to the target, came down to the weekly zone, found support. The market finds support, it will go look for resistance, which it found at the BBC. We sent it back down to the zone support. When we get above the BBC, we make a run at the target and we hit it. We then pull back, we retrace to the step line. Now we're making our second run at the target. Okay. Keep in mind, we haven't meaningfully pulled away from this zone yet. We spiked it, but we want to see price get up above this long target because we had resistance back on yesterday. Although we weren't open the short time the market was open, there was resistance there. Again here, we may see it again here. It will take a breakout to the upside. And the Russell, as deep in the red as it is, that may not be what happens. All right. Crude oil, market open, drop to the short target and the weekly trading zone. Market finds support, it goes looking for resistance. Took us right through the long target. Through this zone, when price slices through a zone, when it runs out of steam, it will typically retrace to the zone it sliced through, continue in the direction of the slice. And so we've got consolidation, which is what we have 70% of the time at a weekly zone. Gold, we opened below the BBC, we dropped to the short target, bounced up to the BBC, back down to the short target, back up to the BBC, down to the weekly zone, through the zone, pull back to the BBC, And now we've hit the zone below at 51.52. Silver, we've been dropping since this bearish cross yesterday. Here's where we opened last night. Came through the zone, came through the target, pulled back up to the target, and we just sliced right through that zone. And we did not retrace back to the zone. Very few things are 100%. That's what typically happens, but there was a lot of selling pressure, and it did not. And the last is the euro. Below the BBC, down to the short target, down to the weekly zone. Bounced up to red and falling. Just took us lower. Bounced back up to the zone. And then we dropped 95/100. And the low was 125. Okay. Didn't quite touch the zone. But zones are an area just like fibs. Okay. So again, keep your eyes on this potential break of the neckline. It's going to take us all the way to the 50% fib retracement. We're above the BBC, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sessions now we've been working at breaking this right shoulder to the upside, and we got this double top right here based off this bearish cross. So where we close today, if we close below blue and climbing, that's potential support. The BBC is potential support. If we close below the BBC today or tomorrow, then the big test is going to be at the neckline. But you've also got potential support here and here. For a break of the neckline would take us at the 38. We're going to probably catch a nice bounce, but the ultimate destination will be at the 50. Okay, Michael, ready.
All right. We'll take it over here then.
I'm glad you guys squared away.
Yeah, me too. I don't have an appointment again for 2 weeks, and it's at 12:30, so it's okay. I don't have to skip a morning or anything.
All right, looks good.
I'm just gonna start. All right. Hang on, it's almost started. Come on, it's still almost started. There we go. All right, there. Good afternoon, everybody. Well, it is Monday after the holiday, and right now the market's just slowed down quite a bit. I haven't done anything yet today. I'm just getting into the markets, but you can see that there were some opportunities here earlier in the day. It looks like there was some pretty good movement today. So now everything is kind of sideways right here. We're in a no trade zone here. We're coming out of a no trade zone on the NQ. We're in a no trade zone on the ES, and on Russell, we are just going sideways. It's got a direction change right here. And the gold, look at the gold. How long has the gold been like this? For an hour? So click on that. I'm tempted. Oh yeah, the gold has been like that since well, actually since all day, since 10 o'clock. You had one move in gold today. What crude oil looks like. Let's look at crude oil. Don't look at Colby Palmella, but if anybody's got any questions, yeah, just type them in. Anybody wants to see anything other than futures, just type in what you want to look at, and I'll be happy to go and take a look at it. I think we're in the V contract on this right now on crude oil. Okay, let everything populate. The no trade zone is not too far off. It's good enough. We'll leave it the way it is. You can see we had a trade right here a few minutes ago. It's actually moving, so we could get something here on crude. I don't have a crude DOM open, but I can open one up and see if we get some action there. I know we're not going to get anything on gold. Anybody who is watching in the live stream, if you have any questions, you want to see anything else, just type it in. Give us a symbol. If you have not taken a free trial with us and you want to, go here to mytradingiq.com, sign up for the free trial right here. Tomorrow morning, we'll be doing a live stream again at 9:15 a.m. Right, tomorrow morning, 9:15 a.m. If you want to jump in at the open, where there's usually a lot more action. First 15 minutes, since we've been doing that, the first 15 minutes, sometimes they're really good and sometimes they're not. The NQ is pulled back up to test the ribbon. We need a down close on that, and there it is. We got the down close, and there's our first trade of the day for me. Okay, here it is. Stop is almost to break even. Stop at break even. And now we're gonna lock in a little profit. We got a 30 tick target on this. Okay, we have a 30 tick target. Now we expect it's gonna go down below the silver right here, below 42.50. So 42.50, it's just about hit that already. That's the swing low. Okay, so it took me out with just 4 ticks in profit. And you saw we had 9 contracts on because it's the 9th month. What we have to do is earn our way up to the next contract. This is a spreadsheet that goes back over 10 years with our daily results. Now, Friday, we had kind of a messed up day. Because I had all kinds of technical issues on Friday. But we did end up getting our goal on Friday after 45 minutes and 6 trades. We're at $120 a contract. We only did it with 1 contract on Friday, though. We are at 9 contracts now. At the end of Friday, we're up $595 a contract. We ended last month up $10,782 per contract. So for 22 days, we're averaging $490 per contract per 2-hour business day. We didn't do anything today because I had a doctor's appointment. But this did get down to the prior swing low, which is what we were looking for. The crude oil also got down there. I don't have a crude DOM open. Let me go open up a crude DOM so I can be ready for that. Hold on just a second. Indices, energies, heating oil, crude oil. That's on the Z contract. That on the V, I believe, right? Yes, definitely on the V. Okay, and now I gotta put the rate strategy on that. This one. Activate it. There it is. Okay, so I'm gonna put crude on top of the gold right now. We might get a trade here on the crude oil. Okay, so over here on the NQ, we picked up 4 ticks on that first trade. It did go down and hit the prior swing low, which is what we're looking for. I don't know if it actually hit where my 30 tick target would have been. Pretty close. But anybody has any questions, just type them in. Okay, right now on the NQ, we're pulling back again. We did put in a lower swing. On the ES, we're still in a no trade zone. Just check the context, make sure this study is set right. Come on, there it is. All right, you see the Russell started to move down. It's had a direction change right here. And what that means is it's got to pull all the way back up and test the ribbon. All right, on a pullback. On the crude oil here, we need that to pull back up and test the ribbon as well. Over here on the NQ, we need the same thing. The ES, we're just not going to be able to do anything with. The long-term direction is just flat, and it has been since, well, 12 o'clock. 11:45. So we don't have any trades going on over there. Okay. Now, if you're in here for the first time or you're watching after the fact, this is where you sign up for the free trial. You go here to mytradingiq.com, click on this to sign up for the free trial. These are the rules for the setups here. Okay, these are the rules for the trade setups right here. Trading platforms, you have all the instructions for getting your TradingView set up right here. Okay, watch this video on how to set up TradingView. You can also watch this video if you go to Trade Rules. Right here at the top, TradingView setup video, you can watch that one. That one's 11 minutes long. That other one was only 3 minutes long. Either way, you're going to get all that you need to set up your TradingView. If you do have TradingView and you want to take the free trial, make sure you give us a TradingView ID. Okay, TradingView username. Part of the registration for the free trial, you have the option down here to give us a TradingView username right here. Okay, give that to us, and we'll be able to enable your indicators right away. So we'll start looking at things immediately. Neat. On the NQ, we're looking for it to pull back up and test the ribbon, but now we're in the overbought option right here, so we don't actually have to hit the ribbon to get a trade. If it comes out of the overbought section, it's going to give us a black arrow right here. So 43 minus 4 points, and put it at 39 right now is what you'd be selling on that. Here it is. Okay. Now I know that ahead of time because these are 15 tick range bars, so I know ahead of time where the bar is going to close. If I know where the top is, I know where the bottom is going to be. And so far, the bottom of this bar is going to be right here at 39.50. Okay, still gonna be right there at 39.50. So I can put my order on ahead of time. Right? If this bar is gonna close down, it's gonna be at 39.50 so far, as long as the top doesn't get any higher than 43.25. If it does, we'll have to adjust for that. I kind of hope it does. I kind of hope it goes up and hits the ribbon. But if it doesn't, we'll get that. And if it pulls out of the overbought here, we'll get a black arrow. It'll be a short trade with a black arrow. Okay. So it did go up a little bit higher. So that needs to go up a little bit higher. Okay. So what I'm doing right here is selling 4 points below the top of the bar. And there it is. It closed down there exactly where I thought it was going to close. It's a black arrow, just like I thought it was going to. And now after we get 8 ticks in profit, like it just did, I'm going to bump the stop to break even. And now we don't have any risk on the trade. And we're out of the trade. It was really fast. But you see the mechanics of it, right? That was really fast. But we had the entry ready to go. So when the bar closed down, it put us into the trade. And then we need to get 8 ticks in profit to move the stop to break even, which we did get. And I did do, and just came back and took me out. Now, this is where the swing low is. It's not really that far away. So if we get a push down here and we get another green arrow, that'd be great. Okay, we have a new swing low, which is great. So we can take the next trade if we want to. And that's all we have to do. Just wait. Just wait for the next opportunity. We hear the Russell starting to move. The NQ's move. The Russell's starting to move. The ES is starting to move too, but the ES is still in a no trade zone. The crude oil seems to have slowed down. The crude closes down here pretty soon, so I don't know if it's going to have any last minute action coming up, but we'll see. We will see. I might want to look at the spreadsheet again. It seems showing a huge loss with commissions. On that one day, David, let me go check that out. Where? I know there was something. Oh yeah, right here. There's something screwed up right here. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, right here. This number is off. Yeah, that number is way off. That was Thursday. Thank you for pointing that out, David. That was Thursday. On Thursday, we had 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Wait a minute. I think that was Friday. 15, 20. Okay, yeah, this should be 26, I think, or something like that. Thank you for pointing that out. Oh, I can't. I gotta sign in. Well, I won't do it right now. Yeah, I'll do it right now. I'll do it right now. Sign in and sign in, and I'll fix that right up. Thanks for pointing that out. Okay, let me get back to the charts here. We didn't have another trade yet anywhere. And when that's finished loading, I will do that. Yes, you can see I put 10,270 something trades in there. But you guys are on top of things. Nothing's. Okay, so now here. 4, 5, come on, 6. Oops, here it was. I think this should be a 26. I'm not sure. I'll go back and watch the video and see. And it should not be dollars. Let me copy this. Copy that. And paste it there. 26. There. That's better. All right. Thank you. All right. So right now on the crude, we want that to pull back up and test the ribbon. On the Russell, we want that to pull back up and test the ribbon. The ES is still in a no trade zone. The NQ, it's almost in the overbought again. So it's the closest to giving us a trade setup. Okay. Nothing else is even in the overbought. Now we're going to be in the overbought now. And now we've hit the ribbon. All right, so now we have a high on this bar of 39. Subtract 5 is going to put us down to, subtract 4 is going to down to 35. Now it's even higher. It's at 41. So they're going to be selling 37. I think. Now it's higher, 42. You're going to be selling 38. I'm trying to do this over here on one screen and show you on the other one. Okay, 42 and a quarter, you should be selling 38 and a quarter. Okay. And just doing the math in my head, that seems about right. Now I've got a high here, 42.75, something right there, and it just 3 ticks. Okay, well, we're in the trade. It's a green arrow short trade right here. The stop should be 20 ticks away, I believe. That's got bumped too. Stop should be 20 ticks away. And yeah, bump the stop to break even after we get 8 ticks in profit. Okay, we anticipate it's going to get all the way down here. The price swing low at 28.75. 28.75. Now 8 ticks. There we go. There's 8 ticks right there. And 28.75 would be through their tick all the way down here. Okay. That's really the minimum to do. It's probably taking out a break even, and it just did. But 28.75 right here is really the minimum it should do. All right, even though it just took me out a break even. Okay, over here on the crude oil, look, we almost have a trade here on crude. We're in the overbought. We're testing the ribbon. It's got a high here of 87.29. Subtract 8 from that. 87.29. Be selling 87.21 on crude. Okay, here it is. So this is my first crude trade in a really long time. All right, 87.30 down to 87.22. Okay, we need to put in a lower swing here on the NQ to be able to continue the trend and take another trade. Okay. Anybody that's watching in live stream, if you have any questions, just type them in. And we just got triggered in on the crude oil, and we a little slippage on that. So our stop should be 20 ticks away. Our stop should be 10 ticks away. Okay, there it is. It goes right after 4 ticks in profit. So if it hits right here at 87.16, when it hits 87.16, because I think it's going to go all the way down to 87.03. I'm going to bump the stop to break even here. Now, I have my target at 30 ticks, but I think 87.03 is where it's trying to get to. So I'm going to bump that all the way up there. We can watch it if you want. The NQ should make a lower swing here as well. We have nothing going on here with this. Nothing going on here with this. Russell was pretty close to giving us a trade, but not quite. It's going to take me out of break even. No, push down, push down. I'm willing it down, but that number right there is what it's going for. I don't know. It's the charts say it wants to go down. So even though it's going to take me out of break even like it just did, it still wants to go down. All right, it wants to get down to right here. Oops, I meant to drag a line on that. Come on, chart. What the heck, man? Here, I'll do it this way. Oops, that's too high. That's where it's trying to go to. Right there. All right. Let's see. Next. It's 1:16, guys. It's 1:16. And I thought I'd go longer today, but I know Dwayne's got his schedule he's got to keep, so I will do this. Just a reminder, we'll be starting up again tomorrow morning at 9:15. I haven't set up the morning session yet. I can't do that on this computer, but I can show you what it looks like, kind of, I think. We'll be able to sign on at 9:15 tomorrow morning. Right, there'll be another live stream coming up. Let me see if I can do this without knocking myself off. I probably can't. That's good news. Right, today's just full of good news. So we want the crude oil to get all the way down here, put in a lower swing. That was the number that I thought it was going down to. It'll probably hit 87 since it's going down that far. The NQ did not continue the move down. Right, it didn't down. So we will just have to wait and see what it does there. Okay. Okay. we want to see that put in the lower swing. I'd like to get something here on the Russell. We need that to pull back up and test the ribbon. Okay, on the ES, we want that to pull back up and test the ribbon. On the NQ, it's going into a no zone. Okay. Hang on. There it is. Okay. So we need to put in a lower swing there. We're not going to do anything with this. We had a direction change, so it's got to come back up. It's got to pull back deeper and hit the ribbon. Okay, it hasn't done that yet. On the ES, we want that to pull back up and test the ribbon. On the NQ, we want to push down here below the prior low right there. Okay, we're not getting any more trades in here right now. You see how we're getting into a no trade zone? So that may not be a thing. But I was saying, if you want to join us tomorrow morning, here's how you do it. All right, you go in here to go to TradingView.com community live streams, and you'll find this in there tomorrow. All right, tomorrow morning. You can join the room tomorrow morning by clicking on that. Okay. And I will repair that today, so you'll be able to do that tomorrow. I have not completed that task yet today. All right. So we're just waiting. Does anybody have any questions? Anybody in any of them? Any of the streams or anything that's going on? Here. I'm gonna go back here. Does anybody want to see any symbols other than the ES, the NQ, crude oil, and the Russell? All right, we finally put in a lower swing over here on the NQ. So if you'd have just left your stop where it was on that, begin with your stop, your 20 tick stop, you'd have finally just gotten your 30 ticks out of that. It would have been a long hold, but you would have gotten it. Over here, this still doesn't hit the target that I gave you on that yet, 87.03. But if you just left your stop where it was, you'd still be in that, letting it go. You know, when you're just trying to get the goal for the day and then quit trading, you only got to do that one time a day. If you look at this in the spreadsheet, again, the spreadsheet goes back over 10 years. Let's get our daily results going back over 10 years. And right here, hey, David, that might have been what was screwing this up the other day too. That's why I missed the morning session today because of it, David, but it's good. I don't have to have pins. So if you would have quit trading when you get your goal for the day and you had one contract a month, so far this year you would have had to work 51.2 hours and you would have averaged $2,130 an hour. And that's the number that it should have been. I knew something was messed up on Friday. That number right there was throwing everything off. All right, so that's where you want to be. You want to be able to get your goal for the day consistently every day. So, you know, either one of these trades, if you got into it, just left your stop where it was and held the target, 30 ticks on this one and this one right here, it's still going. So you'd still be in this if you did that. But 87.03 is where that's going there, just hit it. 87.03 is where that's going. And this one back here has just pulled back and hit the ribbon again. It's not really giving us a trade here. The black line here is going to get into the green, disqualifying any short trades. I didn't put the weekly trading zones on the charts this week, but I'll have that done by tomorrow morning. And I'll get that ready to go. Now 87.00 is what I said that'll probably go down to since it's going down to 87.3. It does have numbers below 87.00. Yeah, Dwayne? Okay, so we're running it right down to the ES weekly trading zone then too. 45.0405 right in here. On the crude, 86.93 is the next level down. I don't know if it's going to pull back before it gets there, but that's the next level down. 86. All right, so we are headed down to the zone there on crude too. Great. So with the stuff that Dwayne's given you, you know, the weekly trading zones that are delivered to every active partner every Monday morning, a reactor partner or a passport holder every Monday morning, or this week, Tuesday morning at 6:15 a.m. And you have the weekly trading zones. And when you get an opportunity to get into a trade like this one right here, and you know the zone is down below, you could be holding for those zones every time. It might be a long hold, like this one over here on the NQ. I don't know where the zone is on the NQ, but I imagine it's probably pretty close to right here at 525. And the Russell is pulling back up. We are in the overbought here on the Russell, but we haven't hit the ribbon. I really like to hit the ribbon on those pullbacks. Okay, it's almost there on the first pullback after direction change. Yeah, I know my cast / sprint thing broke over the weekend. I didn't realize it had, but it got really, I knew it was weak, but it had, David had, in the corner it had broken. So they redid that today. I wasn't expecting that. And then they were late today. Apparently they had a lot of business from the weekend. And normally I go in there and they just take me right in and do their stuff and I'm out in no time. Today I had to wait for the first thing, and another 15 minutes for the x-rays, and another half an hour to get to see the therapist and the splint thing. Yeah, so it was a busy day today. But anyway, I'm done. No, that was my trade-off. They said that well, it'll fully heal, but I'm not going to be able to straighten it out the way that I could, the way that I should be able to. But they said that there's no guarantee that I would have been able to anyway. With pins, I might be able to, but there's no guarantee. So I'd say save the pin. It's working pretty good. 88.1 down to 87.3, 87.3 on the Russell. All right, that's what I'm going to sell on the Russell right now. Sell stop limit at 87.3. That 8 ticks below the top of this bar. Okay, so if we get the down close, this is whether it comes out of the overbar or not, it's going to be a trade because we've hit the ribbon. The long-term direction is bearish, and the black line is in the red. Okay, so whether it pulls it out of the overbar or not, it's going to be a trade. If it pulls it out of the overbar on the next arrow, that'd be great because that just gives it more of an energy. It'd be a black arrow if it does that. That just gives it more energy on the downside. Okay, so we just have to wait and see what happens with that. Thank you. We're just going into sideways action here on the NQ. Sideways action on the NQ. And on the ES, well, we don't really have anything you can do there. We're out of the no trade zone, but it's not really doing anything useful right now. Yeah. So we wait. And we need that down close over here on the Russell. Hasn't happened yet. We need that to happen. Frederick, you made it in. Right, so we did get the down close here. No, I don't know why we didn't get filled, but we just got filled right there. We should have gotten on the down close. I was 87.4. I had my order in the wrong place. Sorry. No, I had my order in the right place. It just didn't fill me. Okay, well, anyway, you can see we just got filled. And now we needed to give us one more tick here. One more tick, we'll bump that stop to break even. There it is. Stop to break even. I'll lock in just one tick up. Oop. I went to lock in just one tick and it just took me out with that one tick. All right. So I got one tick out of that. That should go down, put in a lower swing right here. All right, the NQ is just getting sideways on us. Looks like it's had a direction change a little bit. I don't have this week's zones on the NQ, but if I look at the last zone on the NQ, they will sometimes carry over from week to week on Monday. We don't have anything on last week's zones, but we're sitting right on top of the black step line, and the black step line actually did just cross the red and falling across the MA1. So what it should do right here is pull back up to the BBC right up here. All right. Now that doesn't fall into last week's zones. You see how we're coming off the midpoint of both zones right here. Bounced off of that 4 times now. 15,432. Okay. Oh, so we got a ways to go. It's 100 points down. Okay. Hopefully we'll get some action here. Maybe the afternoon as we get closer to the close. It doesn't seem like there's a whole lot going on here right now. We almost got down to that 86.93 number that I had seen, and we did get through the 8700, the 8703. The indices, they just seem to be going sideways here. You know, the ES got out of the no trade zone, but it needs to pull back to give us an opportunity to go short. It doesn't look like it's got any intention of doing that for us. If I get over here, that's the NQ. Here's my ES. So 45.10, and that's it. 45.10. That's the only numbers that are really jumping out at me. But 45.10 happens to be right up here at the ribbon too. We'll see how things change as price moves around a little bit. All right, so over here on the NQ, we did put in a lower swing. We are coming off the ribbon, so that should give us, well, it didn't come out of the overbought. So that's why it's not giving you any kind of an arrow. It did hit the overbought, it just didn't come out of it. It's still a valid trade, so I took it. And here we're gonna lock in something on that. All right, it's still a valid trade because the black line is in the red, the long-term direction is bearish. We came back up off a lower swing and hit the ribbon, so it's still a valid trade, okay? Now, I could have taken a lot more in that, but I wanted to explain it to you. So this was the trade right here. You also got the black arrow right after it when it came out of the overbought, right? It didn't give an arrow on this because it didn't come out of the overbought, but it's still a valid trade. I'll show you that right here in trade rules. That was a short sell. Short trade sell without slingshot. The black line and the ribbon must be on top. And in the red, it was. Price must touch the ribbon on the pullback. It does. And also, all trades must come after a higher or lower swing. It was a lower swing, and all trades must be in the long-term trend direction. Long-term trend was bearish. Okay, long-term trend, bearish. Lower swing right here. Came back up, hit the ribbon. The black's on the top and in the red. So that down close right there was the spot. They could actually give us another arrow right now, a green arrow, possibly. Nope, it didn't narrow here because the black line got into the green right there. That disqualified all short trades right there. Okay. It's not a valid short right there. It looks to be working out okay, but it's not a valid short right there. On the S, we got the black arrow because of same reason we got that black arrow, but it didn't come up. It didn't come off the ribbon after a trend change. Over here on the crude oil, we just hit that lower number that I had given you. And the zone down below, I think Dwayne said, was at 86.85. So you have that for another target below. But if we look over here at the DOM and see what it says, the DOM's favoring a pullback right now. I know it's still going down, but the DOM's favoring a pullback right now. When it does start going down, yeah, 86.85 is certainly in play. 86.80 is as well. Let's see, did anybody ask any questions over there? No questions over here yet. All right. Well, the market is starting to show a little bit of something, but not too much. Anybody that's in the live stream, if you have any questions, just type it in. Okay. Again, we'll be doing no, you don't, Frederick. The day trading margins are a lot less. All right, I think the day trading margins are like $1,000. Okay. I can go and check that for you right now. Well, I'm almost sure that that's what they are, $1,000. Not positive, but I think so. As long as we don't have, crazy volatility, like some global event happens that causes crazy volatility, then you have day trading margins that are just a fraction of the regular margins. There's also the micros and things like that you can trade that have very, very low margins. There's like $50 or something like that. But of course, you don't make any money with those either. Yeah, and it's it's like you're putting in nickels to make pennies. It's kind of the reverse slot machine. And not that any slot machine is really good, but if you can put a micro on and hold it for like a week because you're using something long term that Dwayne gives you, then then that's something you can do. You don't need a ton of margin for that either. But no, let me go and look and see exactly what they have the margins listed at right now. Hang on, let me go here. If I go to help, yeah, it's right here. Contract margins. Yeah, I know. The ES is usually updated pretty well, so I'll go by what that says. And here it is. The pound, energies, financials, swap those currencies. Indices, where is it? Indices right there, yeah, right. Yeah, don't click on indices. Okay, well apparently this page has not been updated in a very long time because it's showing complete wrong. Oh, here, I gotta scroll down. There it is. Okay. So they do have it updated. The Dow is 500, the Nasdaq $1,000, the ES is 750. Okay, so there are your day trading margins right there for the different things. That's with Daniel's trading, all right, or with StoneX, 750, 1,000, and 750 for the Russell. They didn't put the Russell in red, but the Dow, the NQ, the ES, and the Russell. So it's $1,000. Those are your day trading margins. Okay, you are welcome. But that's it. That's at that introducing broker. That's at that IB. Different places may have different things, but they're pretty conservative at StoneX. So if it's that much there, I mean, there's other places where it might be less, but I'm not recommending you go anywhere else. All right, so over here on the crude oil, we're now overbought again, but we haven't hit the ribbon yet. If we get a down close on this bar from 87.07 down to 86.99, and it pulls out of the the overbought, then that will give us a black arrow right now. Okay, that gives us a black arrow. Over here on the ES, I didn't want to take any of these black arrows because I wanted to see it pull back up into the ribbon. It didn't give us a black arrow. It didn't pull out of the overbought. Okay, that's why we didn't get a black arrow, because it didn't pull out of the overbought. Now on the ES, I wanted to see it get up into the ribbon before we took any trade over there, and it hasn't quite done that yet. All right, this trade we took on the Russell, we got our stop to +1 tick after it went 4 or 5 ticks into profit, went to +1 tick, and it came back and it took us out right at 1 tick. It hasn't followed through at all. Okay, over here on the crude, now this was not a valid trade right here because it didn't hit the ribbon and it didn't pull out of the overbought. Okay. Yeah, here, Frederick, you can type in the chat in TradingView, and there's another place in the question box in the chat with GoToWebinar. You're in both of those, I think, and you can type into both of those if you want to. Well, maybe you can't where you are, but both of those have boxes that you can type into and ask questions. Okay, I was just reading you. He had sent it to me personally in Telegram, the question about the margin. So I just wanted to say it out loud for everybody so you can understand why I was answering that. All right. Well, we're almost up to another trade here, but I think I'm going to wrap this up for now. And again, if anybody wants to take a free trial, anybody that's watching this after the fact, if you haven't taken a free trial and you want to after the fact, if you haven't taken a free trial and you want to, go here to mytradingiq.com, sign up for the free trial right here, 9:30. If you like the live stream stuff and you're coming to us through TradingView and you want to do another live stream, tomorrow morning we will be doing another live stream at 9:15 a.m. It will look just like this. You'll be able to go in and click on nothing like this in the upcoming streams. Okay, that'll be tomorrow morning. You'll be able to do that. For now, we're going to end the session with a few decent trades that we had and a couple of break evens that we had, and just wrap it. For anyone who's coming, thanks for coming today, and we'll see you all tomorrow. All right. Okay, the live stream is wrapped up. So
All right, buddy. Hope your hand feels better.
Fabulous. Me too. Thanks.
All right, guys, let's wrap it up with our good word for the day. 1 Thessalonians 2:7. We were gentle among you. Bulldozers are good at demolishing things, but they're useless at building things. With that picture in mind, ask yourself, do I use the force of my personality and the power of my position to impose my will on people and get them to do things my way? If the answer is yes, then understand this. Those who are the most controlling are often the most afraid of being controlled. Here's another question. What do you fear would happen if you treated others with respect, considered their input, ideas, and choices? Is fear and intimidation the only way you can imagine of holding on to relationships? Wouldn't you rather earn the love of others by being considerate rather than cruel? Or are you willing to settle for fearful submission? If you need to, talk to a friend or counselor and try to get to the root of the deeper issues that are driving your behavior. Over the next week, try not to criticize or rob anyone of his or her right to choose. Remember that even God gives people the power of choice. And you're not God. Keep this challenge going for 2 more weeks or for as long as it takes to get your controlling attitude under control. Paul was prolific enough to write the epistles and powerful enough to raise the dead. Yet he said in 1 Thessalonians 2:7, we were gentle among you, just as a nursing mother cherishes her own children. When people made mistakes, Paul said, Galatians 6:1, restore such a one in a spirit of gentleness, considering yourself, lest you also be tempted. So the good word for today is try to be more gentle. To become a lifetime member, go to eminifuturestrading.com. Couple mouse clicks, you'll become a passport holder. Passport is your all-access pass to everything we do, everything we've ever done, and whatever we do in the future. 2 hours of live training every trading day. 9 out of 10 new traders fail because they don't have someone to teach them how to do the job. We do that 2 hours every trading day. Also, as a passport holder, you have access to unlimited one-on-one private mentoring, the strategy you learn, and the indicators that you own for life as a passport holder are fluid across all markets, all time frames. Futures, stocks, crypto, forex, ETFs, doesn't matter. Price flows the same across all markets and all time frames. As a passport holder, you'll receive the Logic 247 alerts, the concierge trade alerts. You'll be in the members-only workshop on Thursday night. All that and much more. Everything a trader needs, all under one roof, one low price. Your passport is waiting at eminifuturestrading.com. If you have questions, call us at 949-42-EMINI, or you can send an email to support@cfrn.net. Thanks so much for tuning in. Whoever you are, wherever you are, may God continue to richly bless you with His mercy and with His grace. And I'll see you at the bell.
Remember this, there is no greater return on investment than to see a human life changed and given hope. As always, pray hard and trade safe. Any financial information discussed on this show is simply the opinion of our host, Dwayne Reeves, his co-hosts, and guests. To learn more about trading E-mini futures or to take a 1-week free trial in our live trading room, call 1-866-928-3310. 866-928-3310. Information discussed on this radio program should not be construed as a recommendation to buy or sell any security. Always do your own due diligence and consult with a licensed securities broker or financial planner before making any investment decision.